Hi, it's Damien here, and I am going to be reading from my novel Hope for an Era, um, Aldaria Chronicles, Hope for an Era. Our current word count is 44,248. We are now starting chapter 1, beginning of the end. Hear that, my friend? It is the call of the war drum. Thump, thump. A heartbeat, and it summons me to war. Erewhon to Socrates. A man with icy blue eyes and short salt and peppered hair gazed from a dark, tall, and jagged throne. He held a cherrywood scepter with carved woody thorns and an enormous garnet stone. The gem itself pulsed with cloudy swirls, as if alive. He wore a deep navy robe, with a dragon clasp at the neck, and silver thread lining the sleeves. His aged face twisted into a bitter grimace as he tapped the armrest of his throne with impatience. The room was a dismal, bare space. On the wall to the right hung a painting of a dark, oily Asian lung, and his partner, a young man with dark brown-black hair and similar piercing eyes. Displayed in a corner was a mannequin dressed in an elaborate inlaid silver breastplate with a blue jeweled dragon design and an attached black Roman-style war kilt. On the mannequin's head was a helmet with ornate blue and silver feathers. A long burgundy carpet led to the throne from the large oak wood entry doors. On either side stood two sturdy, dirty blonde-haired, identical elf-orc guards, their armor jagged in a way that appeared covered with needles and thorns. Their noses were semi-flat, and their lower canines jutted over their top lips. When the doors opened, the gray-haired man turned his attention to the one who entered. The monstrosity sauntered into the room, preceded by a rotting sulphurous mist. He had dark feathered hair and a red tattered cape which draped his spiked shoulders. The brute held his head high and his gait loose with a confident smirk on his lips as he approached the throne. As he walked, his legs scraped. The cracked lava skin of the creature's face highlighted the eyes that glowered upon the man. You summoned me, sire. His growl echoed. Erewhon, the man said. An assignment for you. Go to the nest of the dragon called Rourke. The mate is soon to lay her eggs. Crush them. Get rid of the parents, Mikasuki. Cannot raise a single child, understood? Yes, master, the creature replied. He turned as if to leave. His leather war kilt made a silent wisp as the fabric hit his cracking skin. And Erewhon, the emperor called. Yes, sire, Erewhon answered. If you fail, I will deliver the most severe of punishments. Pain and suffering will be your only friend. I cannot trust anyone else with this mission. This is vital to our success. Understood, my lord. Not a soul will survive. Erewhon's smile was wicked to gaze at as he walked toward the doors. His burning, blind eyes locked on the door guards. His keen sense of smell alerted him of where they stood. Where they stood. Yes, that's correct. Sook, Took. You're coming with me, he ordered. At your service, sir, the twins barked. Gather a troop of men, he commanded. No need to bring the best. Take the non-magicals. Our target is simple. And if we fight well, they will die. Success is to be ours. Yes, sir, the twins replied. They placed a balled fist to their hearts. This was the traditional Aldarian salute. Erewhon returned the gesture with force. "Dismissed," he hissed. Erewhon pushed past the doors, and the two guards followed. The twins headed to the training grounds where the newest recruits were. He turned left by instinct toward the barracks. A large raven swooped from the rafters and landed on his shoulder. "What is our mission, Lord Erewhon?" the bird thought. "Destroy Mikasuki, and what she holds dear, her children." "Sir, if you do that," the raven trailed. Erewhon knew the bird's concerns. In recent years, he'd been running covert operations involving the nests of dragons. If he killed these dragons, would it undermine his secret mission? It was best not to dwell on the matter. "Don't worry, Socrates. It will work. These dragons are meaningless. Rourke is nothing but trouble. I will not have any issue defeating him." Socrates bobbed with understanding. Erewhon opened another door at the end of the hall. He descended a winding staircase into the barracks. Suk had lined up the men, making sure they were mortal, just as Erewhon ordered. He assessed each man. They were strong, capable, and fresh from training. "All right, men. It's time to march. We have our mission. Destroy the dragon Rourke. He and his mates are a plague, killing your children. Let's crush their offspring. Dragons will no longer slay our people," Erewhon commanded. They raised their swords and cheered. Erewhon gave the Aldarian salute and a rallying shout to encourage the men. "Odesset Lowry Zadni Ogni! Odesset Lowry Zadni Ogni, sir!" the soldiers echoed. Erewhon left the barracks and stood on the palace lawn. The winter sun warmed his scales. This mission would be simple. After all, he was an accomplished general. He lifted his eyes to the heavens and muttered a phrase under his breath. The sky darkened. If only those dark skies foretold what he was about to face. Crimson blood poured from the stormy skies. He opened his mouth in a willing grimace, allowing it to drip into his toothy maw. He turned to his men with a blood-covered face. He shouted the command. "Onward we march! To Leningrad, men!" Thank you for joining me for reading this chapter. I do feel that I am on my final edit of that one. It really flows rather well. Again, thank you. And please remember, like, subscribe. Love you all. Thanks for supporting me.